A touching and emotional love story of Tom and Sandra, from their first meeting to the heartfelt proposal. Filled with tenderness, drama, passion, and magical moments where the world seems to stop. A warm, cinematic storytelling about two souls brought together by fate. Perfect for romantic videos and heartfelt content.
Love Stories Max. Welcome to my channel. Enjoy watching, friends.
When the world stopped, the love story of Tom and Sandra. I never believed in love at first sight. I always laughed when my friends told me that their breath was taken away. I thought it was just a beautiful movie cliché. But that rainy autumn evening, when golden leaves were falling like someone above was shaking out handfuls of sunlight, I saw him, and something inside me went still. My name is Sandra, and this is the story of Tom, the man who stepped into my life like a soft wind, quiet but powerful enough to change everything. I was working at a small cafe downtown, a warm place filled with the smell of pastries, soft lights, and an old piano in the corner. Rain was pouring outside, and people rushed in just to escape the storm. He walked in slowly, shaking droplets from his dark hair, wearing a navy jacket. His face showed a hint of exhaustion, like someone who had seen a lot but still knew how to smile. "Good evening," he said, and I almost dropped the cup in my hands. That voice, warm, deep, a bit rough. A voice you could listen to instead of music. "What would you recommend?" he asked, leaning slightly over the counter. "A caramel cappuccino," I stuttered. "I'll take it, and if I don't like it, can I blame you?" he winked. I smiled, and something warm stirred inside me. As I prepared his drink, he watched me. "Do you always make coffee this carefully?" "How else? People come here for a mood." "Then you're preparing mine right now," he replied. It didn't feel like flirting. It felt real. "My name is Tom. Sandra." He repeated it softly. "A beautiful name, fits you." Somehow, those words stayed with me. The next day he came again. And the next. And the next. On the fourth day, I finally asked, "You don't even like caramel cappuccino, do you?" He laughed. "No, but I like the way you make it." My cheeks burned. One evening, when the cafe had almost emptied, Tom looked at me with a gentle seriousness. "Can I ask something a little crazy? Try. Walk with me to the river after your shift. No plans. Just be there." I don't know why I said yes. But with him, everything felt different. We sat on the wooden steps by the river. The wind carried the scent of water, and he put his jacket around my shoulders. "You're so small in that jacket," he smiled. "I like it." I looked at the moonlight dancing on the surface. "Tom, why do you keep coming here?" "Because when I see you, the world sounds different." He extended his hand. "May I?" I placed mine into his. Warmth, safety, something frighteningly gentle. Walking back through a narrow street lit by soft yellow lamps, I stopped, not wanting the night to end. Tom stepped closer. "Can I?" he whispered. I nodded. His kiss was warm and soft, but filled with a restrained fire. His hands held my waist. Mine brushed his neck. The world disappeared around us. I was falling in love, deeply and irreversibly. Then, he disappeared. One day he didn't come. Then a week of no messages. My chest ached. I thought I'd imagined everything. When he finally showed up, he looked devastated. "Sandra, my father is in the hospital. I didn't know how to tell you. I didn't want to hurt you." Tears stung my eyes, not from anger, but from relief. "You idiot, I thought you changed your mind." He hugged me so tightly that I felt his heartbeat. "I will never change my mind about you." After that, something shifted between us, deeper, warmer, steadier. We walked for hours through night streets, shared music from one pair of earphones, told each other childhood secrets. His touch always felt careful yet full of fire. Warm fingers brushing my cheek, his arm around my waist, the soft pressure of his lips on mine. One evening, while we lay on a blanket near the riverbank, watching lanterns float above the city, he whispered, "You became my favorite habit, Sandra. A dangerous one." He kissed my forehead, and I melted into him. It wasn't during a kiss. It wasn't during some dramatic moment. It was the morning he forgot to comb his hair and apologized 3 times for oversleeping. He stood there, embarrassed and adorable, holding 2 cups of coffee. That was the moment. The simplest one. And the truest. "Tom asked me to dress warm." "No reason," he said. But his eyes sparkled with something secret. He led me to the same river. The place of our first night together. Lanterns reflected on the water, and a soft wind moved the trees just like that first evening. On the wooden railing lay a small bouquet of wildflowers, just like last time. But this time, there were candles. Dozens of them, forming a soft glowing path leading to the water. My breath caught. Tom stood in the middle of the lights. When I approached, he took my hands, gently, carefully, like they were something precious. "Sandra," he whispered, voice trembling, "you weren't just a chapter in my life. You became the whole story." My eyes filled with tears. "You're my calm, my fire, my softness, my chance to be better. Will you continue this life with me?" He knelt. The candlelight flickered on his face. My heart almost burst. "Yes," I whispered, then louder, "Yes, Tom." He stood, pulled me into his arms, kissed me, long, soft, trembling from emotion. The world felt still again. And I knew. This love was meant to stay.